Luchuk, illustrator, drummer, Star Wars fan. Remember Luchuk? You know, the illustrator? Where is he now? What happens to him? Hopefully, we are all gonna try to find out together. So, well, the whole story starts around 1997 or so, around the time where the original Star Wars movies, the original trilogy, came out again, like the remastered versions of them. And but first of all, we are going to touch on a subject that comes in part that has like everything to do with this whole story. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from 1997 and start with Luchuk at his young age to a few years after this whole like re-release Star Wars movie happened, because a few years after all that is where like all the juicy things starts to happen. So at a young age, he moved from his native Tijuana town to LA to pursue his life goal of impersonating George Lucas, so he could direct the next great Star Wars trilogy series where Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade joined forces to destroy an intergalactic cult of worshippers of a force-sensitive giant fucking dragon from the unknown regions who fed on dark side energy after the fall of the Empire. So after he saw like the re-release, he realized that, you know, there was still movies, there were still Star Wars movies to be seen on the theater, you know. So that's how he got that idea. He said like, you know what, I could do that. And he just went for it. He got the idea. He started working on a script, and he started like planning up, basically, like, you know, building up his goal. That whole thing was going on, but we move on to a few years later, 1999. You know what happened in 1999? The prequel series started to be announced, and well, you know what happened. Following the failure of the prequel trilogy, on the subsequent years. But yeah, so I know that he abandoned his goal of his pursuit of making, you know, that whole series. When the whole prequel trilogy ended, and he just like after the, you know, it was a failure and all that, and he was like disappointed. So I know he just like abandoned it, saying, quote, "The first time I saw episode 1, I thought it was the best movie ever made. But now I don't know anything anymore." End quote. So around 2007, disillusioned, he came back to his hometown to bury his script and get in the music business. So he just like, he just quit. He just like, he was so like confused, and he was just like so out of it. He just went back to his hometown. He went to LA and all that when he was like young. And I mean, I can't imagine how it was. So he came back and started a music career where he became a drummer for several bands, and he just like had a run that is not very well registered as far as I know. I haven't been able to find anything. I know that there was info before. I don't know if he erased it or what, but it was like I can't find anything anymore. I can't find much anymore. I haven't found like the names of the bands or records or anything like that, which is weird. But I know he abandoned that because he found his you could say life calling. It was illustration. Talk about a TV animated series was circulating around 2010 and 2011 or something. I think for a character named Chuko. So this whole thing happened. So all of this was going on, and it was happening like really fast. He came back to his hometown, tried to make a career music. He got in like he got into like the music gig. He actually met people. And then he just left it again, just like his script. He just left it, and he starts making a name for himself as an artist, as an illustrator. And next thing you know, there's this TV animated series. This whole buzz about that series like circulating around 2010 and 2011. That character, I think the name of the series was like the name of the character, the main character, Chuko. And the whole it's spreading out. He's still doing art shows, but so there's the pilot, and then but the series never happens. So I start looking around, and I find like people who know him, and I start asking like stuff. Not a lot of people remember. But I start digging, and I meet somebody who starts, like enlightening me about like his career. So somebody who like knows. So I could say that I got somewhere. I actually got an interview with somebody with like with an insider that could like bring me like very useful information. So exactly how you meet him?
Damn, so I can't even remember the last time I saw him. I have to say it was probably at Sobres, but I don't really remember. It's been a while. Last time I honestly saw him was on Messenger, talking some shit. But yeah, I haven't seen that fool. He's been missing.
So, Kid Wonder, did you know anything about his music career?
Yeah, so I heard that fool plays drums and he gets down. I've seen pictures. He knows Chino from Deftones. You know what I mean? I don't know. I heard. That's all I know. But I know that fool gets down. I never heard him. I never heard his music before though. But I want to.
So I tried contacting him. There's his Facebook and all, but he's like gone. I don't know. I don't know what happened. There's no answers or anything.
So I didn't meet Luchuk until after 2008, but I heard that he had a TV pilot with a Cartoon Network. It was in the works. He never really talked about it, but it was regarding his characters that he likes to draw in detail. And I want to see that shit. I think it's shelved somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know if he's ever going to release it. I want to see that shit though, for real.
So there's the gig about, that famous TV pilot. You know anything about that?
So I wanted to know what happened to the TV show. So I went digging on his MySpace and I went in the vaults. I was creeping. I went in. And apparently what I found out was they didn't want to pay him. They don't want to pay him his worth. And so he got upset about it. And he was trying to work the deal. He went to LA, he had a few meetings, but somehow it didn't work out. But the episode's out there. There was a little trailer. It was only 5 seconds long. It was an intro. And that shit looked dope as fuck. I want to see that shit.
Alright, so you seem to know like shit about this, right?
Alright, so when I was digging through his MySpace, I went through his post. Apparently, he had written a script where, well, I can't get into the specifics because, long story short, the script was thrown out and it's gone. I don't think it was ever even made. He wrote it, but for some reason the script was trashed. The pilot, though, for Cartoon Network does exist, and I still want to see that. But he did write a script for Star Wars regarding a dragon. I don't know if he's going to write another one because the new Star Wars has come out, but he's a little upset about it. He stays true to the OG Star Wars. But I don't know. I see the potential in him, and so I want to see that come to life.
So he's been known to be a huge handheld fan. You can tell me anything about that?
So one time I went to Sobres with Chuchuks, and you know that fool, he was wheeling and dealing. He's on his grind, he's on his little hustle, finding games here and there, Star Wars, you know what I mean? And he's talking to the vendor, making connections, and yeah, that fool's got hella games, man. That fool's got hella games, handhelds. He's an enthusiast. So, time goes on, and I got a handheld myself that has all the games. So, you know what I mean? I had a flex. Had a fucking flex. Bitch.
So, one final thing. It's about Star Wars. Okay, so the new Star Wars trilogy series comes out. It flops. There's even rumors about resetting the whole thing. I can't help but to wonder, is he gonna have any involvement? Is he gonna try to get any involvement in all that, in all the supposed like resetting of the whole thing, like making a new thing? He made the script. He made that old script. You know anything about that? And with that, I ended my search. I can't find much else about his career from the more recent years. He's been gone for a while, and nothing else has been known about his cartoon pilot, so I'm only guessing it could be considered lost media alongside his Star Wars script. So if anybody watching this has any more information about him, about his whereabouts or whatever, about what happened, about his career, I would really appreciate that. Regardless of that, I hope this video has been like informative, interesting, and with that, I say bye. Thank you for watching.